All right. I am Jonathan Ellis. I work for the Business Journals. We as a company are actually headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have the Washington Business Journal here. We have 42 other business journals across the country. So a lot of what Washington is doing here, our other markets will do, in their local market. It deals with local business news that affects their market. A lot of these slides will definitely kind of show how we do as an entire company. We developed this recruitment solution platform because of the quality of our audience and how we're able to connect local employers with professional candidates. So across the country, each of these business journals is locally focused. Together, we have national reach. These are the 43 business journals across the country, where 3 of which are digital only. The other all have these events. There's print, there's online, and together we have utilized all of these to really allow local employers to get their advertisements in front of local job seekers. What we do best is that we're able to connect with the people that are reading our business content, and those are the passive job seekers. So we've built an active-only component within a career center, and but being able to connect with the job seekers as they're reading our business news is what we bring that's different from an active-only job board. So collectively, we put out 30,000 new articles a month across all of our business journals. That's from 635 journalists. They break the news digitally. They go in more detail every week in the print edition. The best way to get in front of all of our audience is to do print and online. So we've successfully utilized what we're doing great in online and in print and just focused on recruitment. And between all of our business journals, we actually reached 9.5 million monthly unique visitors. We did more than 35 million page views last month. 1.5 million were here locally. Our audience demographic, because it is local business news, this is what people care about in their community. If you follow any of our news, whether it's a daily update email we send at 3 o'clock, or you just go online, we definitely have users that just go online. We have users that just do print. It is what is going on in this local market. And so because of that, our household income, annual revenue, everything that we do is to an affluent professional audience. So when you're looking for that top caliber candidate, recruiting in front of these people is the best approach. And so we have a blend of active and passive job seeker placements across our websites. These are our 4 platforms that we always speak about. It's the digital, it's our print, events. These are your best places to work, healthiest employers, 40 under 40. I'm sure these are events that you're familiar with. We do those here. We do those all across the country. And then we have our proprietary research of the small to mid-sized business that the 10 plus years of research of really what is going on in the small to mid-sized business, which actually is a leg up for us. We know what's going on. We are able to utilize that with trends when we are working on advertising campaigns for our clients. So the business journals on the left, this is all of our business journals combined. We had 35 million page views last month, 1.5 million of which were here in Washington. Washington alone sends 200,000 newsletters each week. If you don't subscribe to the daily update email, please do it. It's free. It goes out at 3 o'clock. It's what the Washington Business Journal feels were the top stories for that day. It gets sent directly to you, and there are other email products like the morning call and some other ones that include this 200,000 per week. As far as the print product, the average across all of our markets is around 50 minutes spent reading this. Washington's a little bit higher than that. I think it's closer to an hour, and the pass rate is like 9.5 or something. I mean, it's insane. So the people that subscribe to the print, 9.5 more people are actually reading that. That's I'm sure some of y'all have one subscription in the office, and everyone reads it when it comes in on Friday. So what we've done is, this is a comparative slide using Nielsen data just to kind of show what we are. This is a digital comparison showing indexes of the business journals, who we reach, and then just wanting to compare it with LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, Career Builder. Obviously, the Indeed, Monster, and Career Builder, those are the what I call active job boards. No, anyone that is on those job boards is actively looking for a job unless you're an employer that's just possibly going to post a job. LinkedIn is a little bit closer to, it's not only an active job board, but as you can tell from executive, post-grad, pretty much across the board, we index higher than LinkedIn just because of the type of business content we put out. And with the aggregate of all of our journalists putting out the 30,000 articles, we're bringing in a lot of users from all over the place. So even candidates that are in the area, the Washington market, because of, you know, they searched for it online, and we cover that topic. So what we did is we wanted to build this product around what we do great, and that's write great content. So what we've done is the building block in the base of our entire recruitment and career center is what we call a featured module. So this is placed on the home page, every article page, and every daily update email in every single one of our business journals. So what this does, just from, you know, our job postings getting that exposure out, is that the main part of our audience, which is extremely affluent, is reading, you know, they're reading our content. We have the active job board to reach those people that are searching for sales jobs in Washington or accounting jobs in Washington. This is highlighted across all 43 of our business journal markets and every homepage and the daily update emails at 3 o'clock. So it just adds extra exposure to get in front of those, what we call passive job seekers. That is our audience mainly. So this is a placement on the market homepage. A lot of people bookmark the homepage. They come through, they look at the carousel, they look at the latest news down the middle. They want to see what all we're putting out here in Washington. And we highlight 5 featured listings within this module that for the entire 30 days that a job posting, or some of, you know, we'll do some more custom solutions if you're trying to hire that more C-suite. You know, it's a lot of times you want to advertise that a little bit longer and maybe casting that a little bit wider. You know, a lot of times when you're hiring someone in a C-suite, there may be a relocation involved. So if you're going to try to reach someone of that caliber, this may be, you know, a 2 or 3 month posting that we're going to try to post this in as many places as possible where they're reading news that deals with business in their markets. This is the placement that I actually like. It's kind of blown up, obviously. So it's kind of hard to show the actual screenshot when you throw it on a PowerPoint. But on the article pages, this is a premium placement that we have. It is right at the end of the article, right to the right of it. So anyone that lands on one of our articles, they're going to read it top to bottom, left to right. They're there to read that article. We're not trying to shove it in their face, but as they're done reading it, here are the jobs. So this could be a healthcare article, and this is a healthcare job next to it. This could be an article about a new wing of a hospital opening in the local market, and someone's reading that, they're interested, and they could see that that opportunity is right there. And so most of our traffic is definitely on the articles. I mean, that's what we do. We put out business content, and these featured jobs modules are across all of our new articles, but also we have 6+ years worth of archived content that people will go on their website, they'll search for a specific topic, and they'll see just years of covering that topic. This is our career center. So everything up to this point has been attracting the passive job seeker. We definitely want to cater to the active job seekers, people that are searching accounting jobs, healthcare jobs. There are definitely tons of those. They definitely still fit our demographic, but we do a great job with search engine optimization. We actually work company-wide with a consulting firm that helps us just, you know, write for the web and just, you know, example is, we write an article that says chamber president leaves. Well, that doesn't mean anything for search, but if you say Washington chamber president leaves, just kind of little things you wouldn't normally think about from being brought up as a print-driven organization that we do. So everything that we do on any part of the website carries on. So active searches for people that are looking for jobs resonates, and they land in this career center. So what we've done within this career center that is unique is that we wanted to bring in everything that we do that has something to do with employment, with recruiting, with trends. And so it's hard to tell a little bit because it's shrunken in, but so we highlight the featured jobs. We also wanted to bring in the people on the move, if you're familiar with this. Most of the time it's new hires, promotions, it could be board of directors, anything that changed like that. Within the Career Center, we're going to promote people that are new hires or promotions within their company, and trying to connect that to being more of an employment hub. We're also going to bring in this employment-related content. This could be hiring trends. This could be how to negotiate. It could be employer or job seeker focused. So we want it to be more of a portal. Even within the active-only sections of the Career Center, we want to have content and resources that are valuable to employers and to job seekers. And then within the daily update emails, this is the email that goes out at 3 o'clock every day. It's the top stories of that day, and it's headline only as far as the articles. Promotion here it's the same audience every day. It gets the job in front of them. They see it in their email every day. When they click on one of these headlines, it links to the full article on the website where they read the article. The job's right there to the end of the article. So we really wanted to, between people that just have the homepage bookmarked, they're reading the articles, they receive our daily update emails, we wanted to get as much exposure of our jobs as possible to our broad audience. And combined, obviously this is kind of the full circle of reaching the active and the passive job seekers. I mean, you want to get in front of the people that are looking for that new job, but everyone is interested in a new opportunity if they think it is going to improve their career, if it's going to further their career. So getting in front of those professionals from the job postings, from banner placements, from any sort of sponsorship component, just to be in front of them and aware, to brand, a lot of these components that we do brand employers as the employer for choice in that area. And it's just staying in front of that audience and just letting them know that, that you are hiring, but it's also, when you're starting with a Business Journal audience, you're already starting with a higher caliber. And so I just kind of wanted to show a few examples of some advertisers that did a really good job based on what their specific need was for. We always try to incorporate the print and the online. I mentioned that, as far as Washington, I think you said as far as the audience that is only using one platform or the other, it's 75% are print only and 25% are digital only. So I mean, it's to really get our full audience is a combination of the two. And between all of the products, there are almost countless ways to package something up based on that specific need. So Dempsey wanted to advertise in Washington and in our Baltimore Business Journal. They wanted to cast that a little bit wider. We were able to include a classified ad along with this, and then the daily update email, they did a banner placement so that they were really hitting our users as many times as they could within that 1 month time frame. So the job posting, when we show them as a preview within the Career Center and on headline, or I guess the job description on the homepage and article pages, when they click onto it, it's the full job description. And in this case, it was as much information about this sales opportunity, and then we linked them to their website. They had their own ATS, applicant tracking system, where they wanted all the applicants to go there directly and apply with them. So we want to, however the employer needs to have that candidate apply, then we definitely set it up that way. And from the job posting perspective, this is how we try to set up any of the featured job postings with the homepage exposure, article pages, and those daily update emails. So over a 30-day period between Washington and Baltimore and their 4-week print ad and the daily update email exposure, not only job posting, but this banner, which is actually premium placement right here. I mean, they got a lot of exposure. They're in front of the same people over and over again as far as the emails. But, you know, we have a good number of people through searches because we are putting out new content every day and multiple times a day. That we're also getting new users throughout the day based on what that content topic is about. Here was their print ad. It was a good size that complemented really what the daily update email, which is actually the next slide, and just really very straightforward what they're looking for. And so this ran in 4 weeks to accompany their job posting, telling people to go straight to their website. And this was, you know, a great campaign. They did this in Washington. They did the job posting in multiple business journals, which we definitely have the capabilities to do that. If you're looking for someone, you know, in this market and maybe outside markets, or you have multiple offices, but you know, you're hiring here. And the daily update email, we call it the skybox. This is right to the right of the headlines. A lot of times people use this placement. I mean, it's great. It's literally right to the right of those headlines. People that sign up for this, they read those headlines. That's why they receive it. Another placement that you'll see on another example is this placement right here, which is done really well for advertisers. That it has a branding component with the logo, and they're able to utilize text to describe what they're looking for and who they're trying to hire and how they can apply. Dixon Hughes, they advertised in multiple markets as well. They had multiple job postings pretty much in every department, different accounting and tax, and the same situation. You know, to reach our full audience, we put together a print and online package that meets their demand, gets their job where it needs to be to attract the right audience, and definitely gets in front of our entire audience by using all of our platforms. So you can see here, I mean, they were hiring a lot. So one of which was a recruiter, lots of, you know, tax, corporate, bank audit associate. They advertised in this area. They did a lot of advertising in North Carolina. We have 3 business journals there. So they were doing a pretty big hiring initiative where they needed to utilize a lot of job postings, and we were able to do that even though they were locally focused, but using us as the business journals. We were able to really put together one campaign that was able to hit hard here in DC and also in North Carolina, where we had those markets as well. And you'll see this slide. You already saw it a minute ago, but just highlighting that with the featured listing, they got exposure on the homepage, the article pages, and the daily update emails. Anyone that's actively searching, they're highlighted within the Career Center. This is in front of our entire audience, and this is why we position our jobs to appear everywhere, so that we can get the active and the passive job seekers. And this is the text placement that I mentioned a moment ago. It has the 120 by 60 logo, which is a great size within that email for the branding aspect and make awareness that you are hiring. I mean, Dixon Hughes is hiring with exclamation point. It was very obvious what they were looking for. This placement is pretty much baked within these headlines. I mean, this is a great placement, great way to utilize for, you know, it's straightforward. It's a logo and text, but it gets the job done. It's worked great for them here. They were able to run this in, I think it ended up being 4 different business journals between DC and North Carolina. And then within the Career Center, these now hiring banners, these are placed alongside the job postings when active job seekers are within the Career Center. They're searching for jobs. They may have navigated within the Career Center from our top-level navigation. A lot of them come from the active search on Google or another search engine. And it's just the added component of staying in front of these job seekers and letting them know that you're an employer of choice. You are hiring with their job postings, they were right alongside this banner, and we drove traffic to their website for the candidates to apply. Allstate was another example. They had a lot of job postings. They did a great print ad. They did multiple daily update email placements, so they actually utilized that skybox placement and that text placement. So I mean, there's no way to avoid seeing that ad. I mean, they had their job postings everywhere across the site and multiple placements across the daily update emails. Their advertisement here, they were actually promoting an event. We do that a lot. Someone does a recruiting event. We've done a lot with Edward Jones last year, did a lot of different recruiting events across the country, and a lot of times they want to really heavy up and bring awareness 2-3 weeks before the event. And so a lot of times what they would do is, for them specifically, we would target a pretty big area. We targeted finance content with some of their ads, but what we would do is the job postings in this event, but a lot of times people like to utilize the daily update emails when you want to get in front of the same audience, especially to bring awareness to something like an event, a recruiting event. And you've definitely seen this slide. Homepage, article page, daily update. Just highlighting they were there at the top, right at the end of the article, just bringing an awareness. A lot of times we will complement banner placements along with their featured listing, just to added branding and added awareness. This was their print ad. It was actually ran for 4 weeks, as you can see. This was just the added to get in front of our entire audience. So between the daily update and the featured listing and the print component, they had a very successful campaign. They were able to get a lot of people to their event by making sure they knew they wanted to get in front of our audience, but by utilizing all the platforms, they were able to get in front of our entire audience. So this was a great campaign. And this was actually the combination of the two. So the 200 by 200 in the upper right, and then their text placement, letting people know about the event and just link straight to go RSVP on their website. And this is earlier you couldn't see the full career center. This is a industry focus. This would be like an accounting job section. This shows the highlighted job, the employer banners, we call them featured employer. So just letting them know that they are hiring. Most of the time when we utilize these, it is driving to a website where there are multiple opportunities. We usually add these to a campaign that they're hiring for 5 or 10 people, and they just want to have the banner components to where you're not having to do a ton of job postings. Sometimes you can just bring awareness for it and drive to their website. And this is a new, actual new client, and I thought it was a great example. They tested out with just a job posting and just a pretty simple print ad for their VP position. And within 2 weeks, they asked us to take it down. They had great success. They hired someone, and within the next week, they were advertising for their CEO position. This print ad, I think, started. It's either last Friday or this Friday, so this is a very new client. They knew the Business Journal. They wanted to advertise there. This is a perfect example of just the print and the online. We spoke with them about, yes, we definitely have that audience. This isn't our only audience that we have. We have tons of salespeople, finance, healthcare. But to get in front of that entire audience, they were trying to hire this person pretty quickly, so it was pretty much a no-brainer that, if you're going to get in front of everybody, this was in Denver particularly, then we need to at least start with these two. We can add a lot more if we need to, but at the very least, you need to do a print and online just to get the awareness out there, and they had great success with this. And then Fidelity has been a long partner. They have done a lot of advertising campaigns with us dealing with recruitment. A lot of times they are very specific that they need to have Series 7. Right now they're doing a big campaign with us in the Northeast. identify as a recruitment product, you know. And just kind of, this next slide was just, we have our traditional banners. They have these that are, and this is an actual spotlight that we place on the article pages. It's kind of similar to the text placement in the daily updates. It has the branding aspect of the logo, has the characters that they can use to describe the opportunity. And we're actually targeting those on finance content. So they have a very broad, they need to target in the Northeast. So when someone has, you know, a focus like that where it's a little bit broader and we can really flex the muscle of all of our business journals, or at least a lot in an area, you know, we can get very granular with them on this. And so we're targeting banners around financial content, people that are reading that, you know. And this was just a good example of utilizing everything from the featured listings, the 120 by 60s, these now hiring banners within the Career Center. They definitely have been doing daily update email placements. This slide was just getting a little busy. Took a little while to figure out how to not make it look so busy. So just kind of wanted to highlight this as a good example of using multiple components and really just identifying what their target audience is. Once they identified that they needed Series 7 required, and we really started talking about, well, okay, well, who are these people? How do we identify them? Where, you know, what are their behaviors and stuff like that, that we were able to put together this campaign that has been quarterly campaigns that, you know, pretty much have renewed for, it's been over a year, you know, every quarter. So this was a successful campaign using different components that I definitely wanted to highlight. And we also have a recruitment sponsorship that's just kind of, this is really what we would identify someone that would have multiple hiring needs. This could be a staffing firm. That this is a sponsorship component of everything, of pretty much our recruitment platform. So in this example, this is Verizon. They are hiring a ton, and so what they have are, this includes job postings, this includes the branding aspect of the featured job module, which homepage, article page, daily update emails across our entire audience online. And then they're actually branded within the Career Center as the employer of choice with their featured listing, a branding component here, and it includes banners as well. So we've positioned this as someone that has multiple opportunities, or you know, for a recruitment agency or a staffing firm, this could be something that you could promote your own brand there. You could promote your client's brand there. Obviously, the job posting component, you can say that, you know, I've partnered with the Washington Business Journal. I'll post your jobs there. You know, so this is really for the multiple hiring initiatives that, you know, it could be just in Washington. It could be across multiple markets. And that is actually it for the presentation. If anyone has any questions.
Pricing.
Starts, I mean, a job posting starts at $295 a month. So the featured listing that gets everywhere, is $395 a month. So very affordable to start with your package. Some of these examples were $5,000 campaigns that were successful. That's what they, you know, someone that's utilizing a lot of different resources to try to, they have a more immediate need, they need to really get it out there right then. So, I mean, it starts at $395 for just a featured job listing that gets on the homepage, article pages, and everywhere else. So we made it to where there's plenty of exposure. We're able to utilize all of our products within print and online to those very hard to fill positions, or you have a lot of hiring needs, you know, where we're able to add on to that. But, you know, we want to be able to help, you know, we're locally focused, and we want to be able to help, you know, the smaller companies that the amount of it, I've hired someone in 5 years, you know, we don't. So we built the pricing, you know, good for all of that. Yes?
What's the ratio of success for recruitment for the investment dollars of advertising? Like with the Pinnacle example you gave, Pinnacle, they were up for a short period of time and they were able to fill the position. in a pretty short period of time. Do you
Right.
have similar metrics on other companies and with the time ratio and
Right.
success ratio?
Yeah, we had over 200 return customers last year. That's not we polled every single customer, and that obviously has something to do with if they had another hiring need, of course. But return customers, that Pinnacle example is definitely, for something like that, I mean, their return on investment was huge on that because they really just did a job posting and a pretty basic print ad. And the cost of not having a VP or a CEO level is pretty expensive. So, I mean, that's probably like the best case scenario of return on investment. I mean, I think it might have cost like $1,000 or something. It was, so something like that, something for like a Fidelity where they're trying to, bring in kind of more the finance sales focus. Their return and renewal that's kind of the stamp of approval on that. But yeah, that Pinnacle is definitely the best example of your return on investment.
Given the area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, we're blessed to be in this area because of the federal government. How would government roles or positions or clientele, how would that be portrayed within the Business Journal as far as contracts awarded recently, won bids, things of that nature?
Well, there's a ton of government-focused content in this area. So, through the job postings and any sort of banner exposure, if you're wanting to, position yourself or your client around that type of content, we definitely do that.